Hello, my darlings. Good evening, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle ATL By Night, Chapter 3, The Night the Lights Went Out. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently tonight, so why don't we meet our first group of vampires?
My name is Tyler Sutherland, playing Aaron Ulrich.
I am Brittany Tramvera-Smith, playing Melisandre.
I am Johnathan Fii, playing the Spider.
And I'm Sarah Lafferty, playing Sybil.
And I'm your storyteller, Ellie Collins. As always, you can check out our sponsors that are in our link tree, which should be popping up in chat soon. And don't forget to enter the code ATL By Night at Die Hard Dice for 10% off. So I think that is actually all of our announcements for tonight. So why don't we sit back and relax, and let's tell a vampire story. When last we saw our kindred, Jackson, Sybil, and Hex had a meeting with Dot to discuss how she's actually a flesh-crafted double of the original Dot, and she had been working with the original Dot for many years. She revealed that Lydia is actually the third person as a part of this charade. But knowing how dangerous Lydia is, she sets up a code phrase with the group so that they'll always know it's her. She intends to name Hex as her successor and orchestrate her public death at the 10th anniversary party to prevent Lydia from being able to infiltrate as Dot. and Thomasina and Aaron met with Josiah to try an experimental treatment to remove the negative side effects of being a La Sombra. Unfortunately, it took all of Aaron's oblivion powers with it, leaving him the gangrel he started as. Then they all met up with a frantic Alejandro, who took them to the SI facility they'd been to previously, only to find that the place was completely empty, with the bodies of all of the employees stacked into a heap in the chapel. The stained glass behind them smeared with the words mercy, vision, and zeal in blood. But tonight, we pick up with the group at their homes. You've received text of 2 potential lost childer. For one, you need to move quickly, as they've currently been detained at the Hartsville-Jackson Airport. You all choose to be the group that heads to pick this one up. But a little bit earlier in that evening, our lost childer, you've arrived at the airport. It was pretty easy to check in with the gate and get your ticket.
Of course.
Made your way to security. Line wasn't too bad for a change. No normal 3-hour wait for Hartsville-Jackson.
Even with pre-check.
But now it's time for the security checkpoint. You notice ahead that it's not a simple metal detector. Instead, it's that annoying large machine that rotates around you. What are you gonna do?
I think that I am going to do my best to try to bullshit my way into not having to go through the annoying machine.
And how do you intend to do that?
Well, I am going to look towards the TSA agents, and I'm going to gesture one of them to
Okay.
come over to me.
And one kind of sighing comes over and goes, yes.
Hi, look, I'm really sorry. I'm not... this happens every single time I fly. I really can't go through one of those. I've got a pacemaker implant, and I'm really just uneasy going through those. So is there any way you could just do the wand on me at all? That would be much preferable.
Make me a charisma and manipulation roll
Absolutely,
for that.
I will do that thing.
As they are Hartsville-Jackson TSA.
Oh, good lord. They are not the nice TSA.
No.
It's like that TikTok where it's, you know.
I
your hoodie.
know, right? That is 3 successes, actually.
Okay. So they go, fine.
Thank you.
But they lead you through the machine to walk through it. Let me... As you've seen TSA, there is no other way to walk through any of that. Oof. So they walk you through the machine, and as you walk through it, make me wits and awareness, actually, real quick.
Oh boy. I would like to rouse the blood on that one if I can.
Okay.
And I do not get hungry, which is a very convenient thing.
Wonderful.
Let's not get hungry in the middle of, TSA for Jackson. That is that is 4 successes on 4 dice.
Wonderful. So as you walk through the machine, you happen to hear a pop. And you get on the other side and you see the screen that gives the readings from the machine has turned to full static, and you smell smoke before they do.
See, that is 100% why I don't trust those things.
They're like, oh my god, come on. And they bring you over to the side for a room for a thorough pat down.
Of course.
And you hear the TSA agents complaining about the machine maintenance and having to reroute the incoming line to the different machine. And they're very much complaining about you directly in front of you. But you get through and you go down the stairs to the plane train. But as you are standing there waiting, now please make me wits and survival.
Oh dear. That is never the thing that you want to hear your storyteller say. Let's do this little rouse check again and I don't get hungrier.
All right.
The dice somehow love me tonight. This will not last. Yeah, that thing that I said about it not lasting, that is 1.
Okay. So you don't notice until they are both directly beside you. 2 tall figures in hoodies with big travel backpacks behind them and rolling suitcases. And they're standing on either side of you in a way that lightly presses onto your shoulders. Not threatening you or squishing you, just very much, we're here. And one of them says, "Get on the train. Don't make a scene. You're coming with us."
Okie dokie. I will get on the train, but...
And they move with you kind of to that side where the seat is, and they let you sit down, and they kind of stand both holding either side of the pole and kind of standing facing you. And you look up and you can see that the hood kind of obscures, and they have like a little like travel neck pillow around to kind of obscure their face a little bit more. But one of them looks like their face has been burned and scarred all over, and the other one, their skin just looks waterlogged and bloated. And one of them, looking at you, just kind of chuckles, and in his chuckling you can see fangs. And the doors close.
So where are we going, friends?
You'll see when we get there. Nice try going through security. We got better ways of doing things around here.
I'm sure you do.
And the train takes off. And it... A terminal, B terminal, C terminal, D.
It's not stopping, I take it.
It's stopping at each one, but they are definitely standing expectantly, not letting you get up and not making any move to leave.
Or letting anyone else get on.
People are coming and going on the train.
So when we get to B terminal, then
Okay.
literally what I'm going to say to them is, so since there's a lot of witnesses right now, what is stopping me from making a scene that's very inconvenient?
The fact that we can kill you and nobody here will remember.
You want to fucking bet?
Oh, you're gonna be fun for them. I'm glad I ain't gotta deal with you for the rest of the night. And the one with the waterlogged skin
Oh, goodness.
leans close to you.
A lot of dice.
Oh boy.
Leans real close, and you can see now like the way that the skin has turned blue and green, and one cheek slightly more swollen than the other, and his sockets are a little more sunken in, with his eyes that are highly jaundiced. And he just goes, "Why don't you sit down and be good?" And you find yourself unable to move even if you wanted to. As he got 9 successes.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
To keep you still. And so the train eventually comes to the end of the line where it typically stops, and goes in the other direction. But a announcement comes on, just bing. This train will be departing for maintenance. Please exit now. And they just look at you, slightly shake their head as everybody else gets off. Doors closing. The doors close and the train takes off past the final terminal into a darkened hallway. And they go through the poorly lit route down to where the maintenance hall is. We're going to go back to the Shepherds. Shepherds, I assume Mark has driven you to the airport?
Yes, I had other plans this evening, and I was negotiated and persuaded by Anton to take this mantle, despite the fact that I had plans and tickets for the evening. And here we are, fully dressed, to go somewhere not the airport, and we're going. So.
All right.
And I complained the whole way to Mark. The whole entire way. Mark gets an earful.
So, the Aaron and Sybil, you guys are in the back. You're just fine. Mark's like, all right. But you guys do get to the airport terminal. The instructions that you were given were to go to the southwest entrance.
Okay.
And you see a gentleman in a hoodie. And he kind of, upon looking at all of you, you can see he's staring a little too long, like trying to figure out if you're somebody, and then he just like kind of waves you over.
And I'm gonna like smile and like very quickly just like glint just enough that he.
And he's like, ah.
Yeah, yeah.
And he sees all of you and he goes, all right, you all the shepherd types.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. We were told keep a lookout for anybody we didn't recognize that didn't come through none of our stations. So we got one for you.
Is this somebody we would have met before? I'm assuming not.
No.
Okay.
You have never met this individual before. He's clearly Nosferatu and clearly not from around here.
And I'm going to extend my hand and say, I haven't had the pleasure of making your acquaintance yet.
He goes, nah, the pleasure's mine, doll. And he turns around and walks off.
Oh. Okay.
And he leads you guys to an employee's entrance. Down a hallway, down a couple flights of stairs, some rickety metal stairs, down to the maintenance hall for the train. And off in a side room, you see a gentleman sitting in a chair. And would you like to describe your character for everyone?
With the spider, sort of what you see is kind of what you get. Obviously, a little bit more of the goth persuasion. He's doesn't look particularly bothered to be in this room right now. If anything, he looks kind of just a little bit annoyed and occasionally keeps checking his phone, you know, as if he's still expecting to make his flight somehow.
And the one who initially approached you goes, yeah, got this little here shadow bug. Thought that they could make their way through regular people's security.
I see.
So I let your people know he's yours now. And you watch as the three of them leave through a doorway into a room covered in security cameras for the entire airport.
So I should stay out of there.
And you kind of get the idea that you haven't met them before, but they definitely are the, shall we say, operations managers for Kindred through Hartsville Jackson.
Yeah, they felt like they knew what they were doing, for sure.
The times when you have flown, Mel, you always went through an intermediary, but you, through your history through the airport, you can kind of gather that these are probably the guys who organized everything for you with your intermediary.
Okay, and we're following them into this room, I'm assuming?
No, they are leaving the room
okay.
They're kind of washing their hands of the situation now. They did what they had to do, and they're walking away. You have also never seen them at a Camarilla function.
Okay, all right. Well, would have liked to have said thank you, but that's okay.
I'm sure they heard you.
I hope so. And so now we are where?
You are in this kind of maintenance office room.
Okay. Windows, doors.
No windows, no doors, just kind of like those concrete workrooms.
Okay.
Lots of corkboards on the wall with schedules, maintenance orders,
I gotcha.
trains, and the Spider is sitting in a chair. And Spider, you see this group approach you.
I would normally ask if you were the FBI or anything like that, but I'm not even gonna pretend after, Tall, Dark, and fucking Stinky decided to escort me in here.
Hey, I heard that.
You were meant to, fuck ass!
Okay.
This is already starting off pretty great, personally.
So, I got storyteller. Did we get any information that this was a lost traveler? Did we find that out in our text message, or just that we had somebody who was, I'm assuming that we know that they're a lost traveler?
You got that there is a 100% unknown and unaccounted for
I see.
Kindred trying to leave through Hartsville Jackson that got detained by the Kindred team there.
I see.
And so
And
you
we were
guys
just
were,
told that they were La Sombra, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saying Shadowbug is what I assume we would assume. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask where you were planning to go tonight?
Out of the city, which I assume is probably the only thing you're concerned about.
Maybe name? Name is a guy. I'm Sybil. You are?
You can call me the Spider.
Good enough.
I'm sorry. No offense.
Look, somebody we know has titles a la Daenerys. I don't know that we're in a position to be laughing at anybody's prince styling.
Yeah. That's kind of... Yeah.
How long have you been in the city?
Not that long, just passing through.
I don't think we would have been called to keep you from leaving the city. I'm not sure
Unless
that's the case.
you pissed off someone who wants to make an account.
I may or may not have accidentally broke their stupid crap when I was trying to get through TSA.
Well, nobody cares about those machines.
Not even at TSA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lot of electronics for someone like us. I don't really know if that was destined to work out.
And Spider, you notice something unusual about that phrase, electronics and someone like us, coming from Sybil.
Something tells me you and I have something in common.
To be entirely upfront, yeah. What did he? Shadowbug? La Sombra. But yeah.
Is that seriously what they called it?
No, I mean, it is what they used, yes. I don't think that's really something anybody has said to my face.
Wow.
Whether they have said it behind my back or not, I'm not privy to.
Right.
but-
Mental note, name that guy before I leave.
No, really,
No, really.
No, really, it's not that deep. They're just a little spicy.
So were you wanting to stay in Atlanta for any reason, or
No, I'm on my way out. I've already got a plane ticket booked.
where are you heading?
Paris.
Oh.
That's, pretty massive relocation.
Well, I mean, if she wasn't planning on staying here, it's not really relocation. We just...
I know I'm very pretty. I'll take the compliment.
Yes. I would say...
That was dangerous to get on a plane given your
Yeah.
affliction.
Oh,
Condition.
yeah,
Sorry.
you know.
Yeah, a little different for us than it would be for you.
Can you even watch any of the in-flight movies? I feel like if we sit there, that's just a no-go.
Hmm.
You have to, that's a lot of
I mean,
complications.
there were not exactly many plans on my part to actually be riding in the cabin, so...
Storyteller, who was it that texted us?
You got the text from Eagle.
Okay, I'm gonna text Eagle back.
Okay.
And I'm going to just keep it very short and to the point. This kindred is only passing through, period. Is there a reason for detainment, question mark? Can I ask him that?
You get a response from Eagle that says, Hawk says, sketchy situation, can't get full information. Maybe just detain a couple days while we get info.
Well, I understand that you were headed somewhere else, and I don't intend on keeping you from going wherever it is that you end up, but I can tell you that leadership in the city has, for some reason, to want to find out more about you. So we can offer you comfortable lodgings for a couple days just so we suss out what it is they need from you. I don't have any reason to understand that you're a threat. I mean, that's not what was said to me, at least. And sitting here, it seems like, aside from being rather intimidating, you aren't posing an immediate threat to our livelihood, so...
I have absolutely no interest in hurting anyone here.
I didn't think so.
Sorry that I'm a little spicy right now, but
No.
obviously I had plans and a certain set of assholes decided to completely uproot those plans.
You were held against your will, and I'm not okay with that either, so...
I've also been kidnapped. It's not a good time.
Yeah.
No, it's really not.
Detaining without reason is not something that I am for by
Yeah.
any stretch of the imagination, but we can make your detaining comfortable if you would like. And I hate to say it that way, I don't want to be the jailer here, but we're hearing from above that sticking around for a couple days might be for everybody's best interest. And we do have some pretty excellent options for meals, depending on what you'd like. And, like I said, comfortable lodgings. So,
When was the last time you were with other kindred?
that's a good question.
Not terribly long ago. Look, I'm not really interested in playing 20 questions here.
You can ask us
I haven't
questions.
done anything wrong, so...
No, you haven't.
I'm willing to play ball. For right now, if you're going to offer me a place to stay, I'll be fine with that for right now. But I'm not particularly interested in being touchy-feely, makey frenzy. That's just not the
Nope.
person that I am.
We got it. Well, I would assume that being that we were sent, that they would like for you to be with us, so you're welcome to come and stay with us. We have a pretty amazing suite in one of the high-rises downtown, and there's definitely a guest room that has your name on it, and whatever, like I said, whatever you should need to consume, we can provide. And also, I would say that we're pretty decent roommates, even if it's only for 2 days.
You vouch for them?
Yeah, they've done really good by me. I wouldn't have gotten out of said kidnapping without them, so...
If my clanmate vouches for you, then certainly. Why not? Sure.
Was Mark there with us at all?
Mark waited outside of the room,
Okay.
kind of
Max
figuring...
did not want any of that. Mark was like, no, thank you.
Mark was like, the guy we walked with was too creepy.
Yeah.
No.
Bless. Okay. Well, then, shall we? And I'm gonna, message, or, kind of
Open the door to Mark.
wave to the exit, and...
Okay. And so opening the door, Mark is standing there. Clearly, he's been listening in.
Of course.
He just didn't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And Mark kind of backs up and he waves to you, Spider, and he's like, hey, Mark, I will be driving you.
Lead the way then, Mark.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm gonna, kind of elbow him and say, you know how much I dislike people being detained without being arrested.
And he leans a little bit closer to you, making sure nobody else can hear.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I have instructions.
Okay.
I can tell you more later.
Okay. And Mel's gonna kind of roll her eyes and just kind of... Okay. This is great. Love being on the tail end of this information.
And you guys kind of lead out for the sake of expediency. You get to a large Escalade. Mark gets in the front seat. You guys can configure in the car however you wish. Where would you like to sit, Spider?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take one of the back seats, but...
Okay. All right, and given Mark's thought process, let's roll for his drive.
Oh my gosh.
He's fine.
Okay, good.
So, Mark proceeds to drive y'all, but he doesn't go to the high rise.
Oh,
Jeez.
He pulls up to your house, Sybil.
Well,
He goes,
I'm gonna look at Mark and be like, Mark?
cool.
I had instructions that this was La Sombra business.
I see. Oh, excellent. Well,
Slight change of plans, although it's just the Primogen. Our Primogen.
Cool.
We're all good.
All right.
Pinky promise.
you're still welcome at the suite if you ever should want to come.
Yeah, the idea of talking with the Primogen on the tale of being detained against my will is really not my idea of a great night.
Yeah.
It's just to make sure that you're presenting yourself openly, honestly, in a camarilla city.
I had no intention of presenting myself since I was just passing through. I don't know why that's so fucking difficult for anyone to understand.
I definitely understand it.
You see Mark get a little bit more stern, and he goes, look, there were 2 options for you tonight, and I was the one who made the choice for you to be here, so be pissed at me, but trust me, this was the better of the 2.
I mean, the
Go.
third option is me hitting you, then getting out of the car.
And then
Well,
Mel is
that'd be
gonna
very
get
cute.
right in front
That
of, right in
would
front
be
of
very
Mark
cute.
and like,
Mel, it's alright. That's
What?
very cute. Listen, Scout, I'm Secret Service. I'd like to watch you try.
Ooh.
Oh, so cute. Okay. Go inside. Go inside. Alejandro's waiting.
She'll just.
And while you guys are in, he texts you, Mel, and he sends a gif of Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers movie going, teenagers.
oh my god. And I was mad, like blood rushing sort of mad, but he totally brought me down off my ledge, so.
And so Alejandro opens the front door, and for Spider, you see a tall, very well-dressed Greek-Spanish man with a very trim goatee, slicked back, salt and pepper, but mostly black still, hair, black on black suit, looking very stereotypical from the book La Sombra.
Oh boy.
And he welcomes you into the house. When you walk in, there's kind of a foyer, but it opens directly into a conversation pit-style living room with a couple couches and a coffee table. He just welcomes everyone in. Would anyone like refreshments?
Hey, Puffs. I'm good.
No, thank you.
Not right now, no.
I'm fine, thanks.
Very well. Please, take a seat. My name is Alejandro Salina Foto. I am the La Sombra Primogen. I chose to speak with you directly because I don't think going to the prince is something that any young kindred should deal with. But
Definitely got the better option.
what I'm curious of is why you were in Atlanta in the first place. And I don't mean this little lie about passing through. I think the time for bullshit is over. There's no one who is going to say anything in this room. You're glad this is the group that got you, to be honest.
I mean, I'm on my way out. What the fuck does it matter?
You're not on your way out if you keep lying.
Yeah, one way or the other, I'm on my way out of this city.
So was just gonna like cross her legs and just.
And Mella's like not even sitting down, she's like leaning against the wall and is like perplexed now.
I'm gonna take my
Listen.
phone and try to take a picture of whatever made. about
Yeah,
the
you're
house.
like, can I put this on Vampire World Star? You know, so it's like, I'm minding my business.
Okay.
A lot of dice.
So-
Woo! Good night.
It's just gonna be a really bad night for the Spider, and I'm here for this.
Oh.
So Alejandro goes, I will give you everything that you need the second you stop lying. And at lying, you will see 8 arms of Araman come out from him. And sit on the floor, non-threatening, but making sure that you are aware that there are now 8 arms of Araman ready and out. So now listen, little boy. Be honest, even if it is dirty, because I can assure you, you are lucky it's me.
Fuck you, fight me, old man!
And he will attack you with arms of Araman.
Okay, yeah. Yep, definitely leaning out of the way of those arms, buddy.
Just pinching the bridge. Just like,
This isn't gonna end well.
Like, we're not catching any of the crossfire, right?
No, the arms are going straight for
Amazing.
the spider.
we're fine.
Did not come prepared for shadow business.
Okay.
Neither did you, hey?
It's not good when the storyteller's lack of ability to do math comes into play.
Oh,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I cannot dodge this.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
roll the dice. You never know.
Not with an 8 messy crit, you can't.
God, no.
That's a no.
I am completely aware that my ability to dodge this is 0.
You can definitely make an attempt, but it's like fighting against a tornado storm. Every time you move, another one catches you, and another one, and another one, and another one, until all 8 have wrapped around you. And through one of them, he is going to do Touch of Oblivion to sear Oblivion fire through your arm for 1 aggravated damage as a warning shot.
Oh, fuck!
Jeez Louise.
Now maybe that can serve as an attitude adjustment.
We don't need to patronize.
These young ones never learn. Unless you do. Because you see, Mel, I appreciate you. You are the kindest heart in all the shepherds. There is something that this one is not telling that I am trying to give him the opportunity to do.
I would just say it.
Why are you in Atlanta?
I don't answer old cammy fucks like you.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. Darling. And out steps this terrifyingly beautiful woman that is all too familiar to you. Looking like a Marianas Trench mermaid, the Sabbat Bishop of Atlanta enters the room. Hello.
What the actual fuck?
He told you that you were lucky to get him. You could have just come to me yourself.
Oh.
I had Mark all ready to drop you off at my doorstep. So now that the dirty little laundry is out in the most difficult way possible, what are we gonna do about this?
I'm not here to make trouble for anybody, alright?
No, but you are.
No, but I'm really not.
You see, Atlanta's a little different than you think. This isn't a Camarilla city, sugar. Never has been, never will be. It's not a Sabbat city. It's not an Anarch city. This is our fucking city. All of us. And so what that means is you have 2 choices. You stay here, and we help you make a better life. Or you'll be back to Paris in a much different container.
It's a terrifying sound.
There's a lot of good ones there on that one.
Oh yeah.
And Alejandro lightens his grip, but he doesn't let you go. You can tell he's attempting a show of good faith, that this is a genuine conversation.
I think I'd like to have this conversation when I'm not completely getting hugged by Grandpappy Octopus here.
And Alejandro looks over to Sybil and goes, I like that one. I'm going to remember it.
It's good. It's good.
And Lydia steps a little closer and goes, we can have this conversation in private.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Darling. And Alejandro and Lydia, almost in a beautiful synchronicity with each other that two kindred would normally not have. As he lets go, she touches your arm and drags you through oblivion into a basement bunker, leaving Alejandro upstairs with the rest of you.
In the same house? The bunker's in the same house?
Yes, the bunker is below the house, but it's... Because Alejandro would have told you all, the house itself was originally bugged by the SI.
Right.
So he built an underground basement that's only accessible through oblivion.
Okay. Oh, okay, so you wouldn't be able to pick up any kind of sound or anything.
Exactly. Damn it. And the second they leave the room, Alejandro drops Arms of Aramin completely and goes, oh my god, why does he have to make it so difficult? Oh.
I'm still
That
not
was-
sure I understand all of the dramatics over a former Sabbat. I mean,
Yeah. Lydia is wanted by many people, and she's just been staying here.
Not exactly.
Is she going to continue to stay here?
There's a lot that I owe you all. Lydia is not Sabbat anymore. Tilly assisted with, at her request, after a long and very painful conversation between her and me, which will remain between her and me. There are some things that should stay between married peoples. But it was a difficult conversation to be had, and Lydia decided that her family was more important than the family she tried to make to replace what she thought she lost.
she also put a bounty out on our heads that required us to kill. What was it?
Oh, this was
10?
a recent development.
Sure.
This was only a couple months ago.
Right. But still got a little bit of a thorn in my side for that whole thing, you know.
I'm sure she'll let you punch the shit out of her repeatedly for it.
No.
But she feels a sense of responsibility
I see.
for the remaining Sabbat.
Ah,
Because sins do not wash away,
right.
and if
They transfer, for sure.
that little spider runs off to Paris, there is no protection
Understood.
for a former Sabbat in Paris.
I understand.
There
Okay.
is no protection anywhere but where the sins were committed.
I definitely follow now.
Is the spider ever going to come out of the bunker, or are they just going to keep storing Sabbat problems in there?
I imagine Lydia is probably discussing that right now. If all goes well, Olivia has agreed to personally, what is the word that the pirates used? The Dingling gave the pirate pardons. Olivia has agreed to sign a pardon for this spider.
Is that in exchange for her, getting done to her brain, or?
Oh no, he will not be brain wiped. I believe he is completely, shall we say, in good condition to join Olivia.
I see.
I have no reason to believe that what Tilly can do would be necessary in this situation.
So just another lost childer.
It would seem so, but one that comes with a bit of a
Baggage.
rap sheet, as the kids say.
Can you tell us what he's done?
Again.
I would like to know.
And as Alejandro shares all of the tea with you all, we will cut back down to the basement. Where Lydia has popped down with you, and the second you're in the room, you see her demeanor sort of drop a little bit, a little relaxed. And she goes, why do you make things difficult? You're fine. You're fine. I don't know how to tell you this. You're fine.
Okay, well, getting spanked by Grandpappy Octopus upstairs and getting hauled around places that I didn't particularly want to be does not feel fine.
Maybe it's time to learn that the little bullshit childish antics, especially when you don't know what kind of people you're dealing with, is going to get you killed. The 3 at the airport? I'm scared of them.
I behaved.
No, you didn't.
Swearing at people when they're being rude to you does not constitute misbehaving.
Trust me, with those 3 it does.
Then they should get thicker fucking skin.
Yeah. We'll cover who those 3 are at a different date. But right now, you need to know that the stuff that you've done, the stuff that I have done, are a little too worldwide known for you to be pulling an Emily in Paris right now. You leave Atlanta, you have no protection. There were fucking hunters on that flight. Or were you completely unaware of that? I'm gonna guess by the silence you were unaware of it. So maybe realize.
So the plan wasn't to ride in the cabin. The plan was to ride beneath.
You think hunters are just gonna check the cabin?
An old friend made arrangements for me. That's all.
Yeah. And the hunters found it.
For fuck's sake.
You leave Atlanta, you leave any mode of protection you have for the time being. So consider this detention, Spider. Because all of us have way too much blood on our hands to wash off so easily. So here's what's gonna happen. Because I'm not Sabat and neither are you. They have pardons for people like us here. This isn't a typical Camarilla city.
Apparently, because
The Camarilla name is on the door, but we take care of our own here. Okay?
you will have to super pardon me for really, really not immediately jumping on board and being happy about that, since the last group of Canaanites that told me that, you know, we take care of our own, yeah, the Ductus fucking bailed on all of us. Everybody else died but me. So.
Yeah, I know. I know you very well. That's why I'm here with this group, because they actually are meaning it. At least in their own way. You'll be given... How's Alejandro do it? You watch X-Men.
Yeah, I know what it is.
You know Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters?
Oh my god.
That's what we've got here. It's how you earn your pardon. And because I know
Y'all just jubileed my ass.
we did. And since I know that you are not loyal anymore, this is going to be much easier for you than it is for others. So, you get to go spend the most annoying couple months of your life with the Toreador Primogen.
Really?
Mm-hmm. At the Toreador School for Gifted Youngsters.
There's gotta be a better name than that.
It's called the Grace School for Kindred Society.
Fuck, that's even worse.
Her name's Olivia Grace. But there you will also be meeting other kindred in either similar situations or ones who have nothing and who deserve to have a chance to at least make it and protect themselves. So who knows, maybe you can find a fucking purpose there.
I already have enough fucking purpose in my nights, alright? I was doing fine before all of this shit started. I will be doing fine once I can get the hell out of here.
No, you won't. This isn't the Sabbat's world anymore. And everything you've done, thanks to the power of the internet, is everywhere. For Archons, for Justicars, for every fucking sheriff. There is a mark on you with a spotlight, Spider. And you want to earn a way out, you gotta do it here. So learn to sell or trade cigarettes, whatever they do in prison.
I mean, the only other option is, getting myself ashed here, so I don't really have a fucking choice in the matter.
No, you don't, but I'm hoping that we can at least get to a better situation together before I take you over there. Because you're gonna have to learn that people here aren't your enemy.
That's gonna take a while.
We got a while. Technically, we have eternity. It's a pun that really never gets old.
Alright, if this is your way of convincing me to go along with this bastard just by punning me to death, it's working.
What can I say? Old mom habits die hard. Look, I watched my congregation get decimated by the kindred here. And then I saw my husband that I thought I lost over 300 years ago. And he just absolutely whooped your ass upstairs. I gave it up for my family. My husband and my daughter are the only reason I'm here. So, find a reason to at least enjoy being here. Make a friend or two. I don't give a fuck. But for the sheer fact that I was once your bishop, I will not let you get ash before it's your time. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, you do, Your Excellency.
Just Lydia, please.
Okay, Lydia.
It does sound weird, but I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. And Lydia touches your shoulder, and you guys are back in the living room after you guys have been filled in on the history. And Alejandro goes, oh, hi. We were talking about Westworld.
Yeah.
The new season is really good.
And the new.
We were gossiping.
Yes.
Have you watched What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I mean, he's got a...
Yeah.
total-
I know.
Like, you need to get better at acting like you haven't spilled the tea. on somebody when you completely
Is that
just drop the whole
what-
fucking pot.
Have you never
Yes.
heard that term before?
No.
Sybil, have you never used
No.
to spell the T in front of him?
She
No.
has, but I have not been.
Like they don't always
I don't
sink
want to
in
ask.
with him.
Fair enough,
There
yeah.
are a lot of new.
So
jargon.
Spider, you've done a lot of terrible things.
And enjoyed every single moment of it. Yes.
I don't doubt that. Are you going to go to the Grace School?
Considering my other option is, dying, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go join the X-Men. Yeah.
I mean,
Are we
Olivia
still using
Grace's
that?
School of Witchcraft.
Lydia
and
goes,
Magic-
it's the best I've got. How do I explain Olivia Grace to somebody aside from going, oh, it's Julia Sugarbaker, but also a vampire?
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I mean, that comparison actually would have made sense too.
yeah.
Well, fuck. I don't know who's watched Designing Women. I don't know how old anybody is.
That's fair.
Alejandro goes, okay. So, we can go tonight, or you can stay here in the bunker where you cannot be detected. This house is... Honestly, I don't know if it even works anymore.
Is there anyone to watch you?
I don't
watches the
know anymore.
Watchers? If there's nobody to watch, then.
But I don't know. I don't know if there were backups, if there was another...
If hunters grabbed whatever and they're now...
That's
I don't like that.
That's my concern.
Maybe we should
Cut them all down.
relocate.
Yeah.
That is the plan.
Not the basement, not the basement.
That is the plan, but my...
That the basement, I think, is already burned away.
Oh no.
The shell corporations that I usually use to purchase real estate went away with all of those employees.
Oh, starting an LLC is easy. We can do that.
If you can show me how.
Sure.
I mean,
If you're serious that you don't know how,
I am 421 years old.
he's
that's great.
yeah.
I don't deal with these things. I usually make humans do it. And Lydia is as annoyed as you are with this. She's just like, I swear to God.
He is essentially the boomer of.
Because you keep using that word, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's an insult.
It's
It is.
definitely an
It's
insult.
absolutely
it's
an insult.
100% an insult.
It's probably correct, though.
That's okay. That makes
Yeah.
me Gen X, then I would say. And you're millennial.
Probably.
And she's Gen Z.
What
if I'm
up?
talking.
Eating Tide Pods
Which
and
is-
tacos, which
He-
I guess are like the vampire equivalent of Tide Pods. So at least I'm consistent.
If you want
Yeah.
some blood gummies, I can...
Oh
I
yeah,
used
he
to
does
work
make.
something with
blood
Anton
gummies.
with that. It's been a while, though. It's like emergency. They
I'm
taste...
telling you, it's not
terrible.
a bad time. They're
And I did hear you say, Lydia, that this is our city. And I'm strangely okay with that. I think that's kind of the direction I was hoping we would go in, so
I've been led to believe that you are having a similar conversation with Alpha sometime soon.
yeah, that would be ideal.
It seems there are some...
One of a kind.
There's some paperwork for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I am to believe that you like those kinds of things.
Yes. Hence the LLC.
That makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fan of you on CNN, by the way.
Yeah. Those were the days.
oh, that
no.
is where I know you
Oh
from.
no.
Ah,
My hair was a little different then, but
that's
yes.
wild. So the whole time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Lydia's like, if you ever want to go back to being a correspondent, I could give you a makeover.
I have somebody who can do that. Oh well.
I don't think she just means
Oh.
like face off. She means like face off makeover. Like as in the new face. Face
I don't know. I've kept a lot of these flaws for 200 years. I don't really know that I want to get rid of them.
I really appreciate that. And she turns, she goes, look, and she shows you a scar on her shoulder. She goes, that's the one part of me I don't change. And Alejandro looks up at it and he's like, oh fuck.
It's because you can't reach it.
Oh
No.
This,
And she starts laughing. She goes, no, honey, how hot is a cast iron pan? It's very hot. And what should you always do before you go through a doorway? in a kitchen? And he's like, you should always say that you are going through the doorway before you go through it with a loud cast iron pot.
I see.
She's like, yeah, it was one of the first days that we took over his family's restaurant, and he burnt the shit out of me, and I thought it was funny. It's the one part of me I've never changed.
That's pretty great little story you guys got there.
You learned Oblivion.
Yes.
I could learn flesh crafting, but how would I do that if I can't look in a mirror?
Maybe you just
Guesswork.
craft other people's.
I look like Floop from Spy Kids. I don't really know that that's the direction that I need to go.
You should absolutely learn it then.
I'll experiment on you first.
Fight me, no.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, but really though, that could be interesting. Fair enough.
Lydia's like, I'll gladly teach you. So, are we going to Olivia's tonight or tomorrow?
I'm not the one driving this crazy ass bus here.
Do you want to hang out with Olivia Grace and Co. for an additional night, or would you like to sit here and potentially just have a quiet evening?
Really, the question is, do you want your own private bedroom tonight, or do you want to sleep in a basement tonight?
That's true.
Oh yeah. That
Olivia's annoying, but you'll have your own private room.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice place too.
Would be basement.
It's a very nice place, way nicer than the suite.
I am pretty sick and tired of having to duck around and sleep in basements and places like that. So,
I understand, and this will be
I guess
your
I'm
room.
gonna go meet Professor X.
Please
Sure, already met
call her
Magneto.
that. Please make sure you call her that.
I will.
Is that who she's gonna be? Is Magneto?
I hope
Are we gonna call Lydia Magneto?
not
Lydia
to
goes,
her
oh
face.
my god, can I be Magneto?
Oh my god, yes.
No.
And Alejandro's just like,
Every
Who's
Lysandra should
Alejandro?
want to be
Well-
Magneto, though.
We can do this fan casting
Alejandro
another
goes,
night.
What does that make?
I believe that makes me Mystique.
Okay.
I'm going to have to learn some
Mystique.
shape-shifting.
To wear a skin-tight blue suit.
Oh no, I
Do
think that
not
is out of the cards for
ever
me.
say that out loud again.
And as far as for who it makes you, I mean, they kind of Jubileed my ass, but you can absolutely be Jubilee because
No,
I
no,
fucking
Polaris?
need Jubilee.
You got
Polaris?
Jubilee. You get to keep that forever
I
now.
swear to God, no.
Jubilee,
I will
it's
put
going
you
your-
through the nearest
It is
table I
in
find.
my
If
phone
you ever,
as we speak.
you can't even use a phone. You're a fucking
I can.
Lysandra.
She's gonna put it in your face and touch it.
It's
Wait,
a,
you can use a phone?
It's a Motorola Razr.
Oh my god.
That doesn't even count. How does that even still work?
Do not. Jason made this, and he's dead now. Don't insult Jason's memory. She's like, see, you just did you gotta touch it 3 times. Uncultured. She'll like flip it closed, like angrily, like. You can't even do that now, can you?
Gen Zs.
Yeah, give me your phone. I'll show you what I can do.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, you really could give it a go if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it.
Didn't you say you had a phone, Spider?
Hmm?
Didn't you say you had a phone?
No.
You don't have a
No, Spider does not have.
phone. Okay.
And so Alejandro goes, okay, I'm going to go tell Mark. And he goes outside, and as he opens the door, you can hear the faint muffling of Slipknot playing in the distance.
Good.
And it cuts off real quick as Mark's like, and he gets out of the car and he comes in.
I respected Mark for like 10 seconds there, and now it's gone.
And he comes inside, he goes, all right, we good to go? We heading out?
Alejandro, just wanted to give you something before I left,
Is this a private matter?
if you don't mind.
Okay, you all go to the car. Come with me to the kitchen.
Sybil, do you mind hanging back?
As in staying with you?
Just for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. So she'll kind of like wander in.
Okay, so you two make your way with Mark out to the car, and Alejandro leads the two of you to the kitchen. Okay, Aaron, what is this?
Pull out the notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, but this doesn't work for me anymore.
What do you mean?
It's gone.
The shuttle servant left you?
No. It's
Like-
all gone.
You hoovered it or what?
I don't understand.
Pretty much chemo, but for Kindred.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to how.
The SI. Spoilers. I had assistance with removing it from the people who placed it in me. It was.
Wait. What did this look like?
It looked like a injection gun.
What color was it?
It was like mine, black, purple-ish.
What happened when...
Stuck me in the arm, injected all kinds of UV light, and after quite a bit of pain, it was gone.
No.
I don't know if there's more of it, but I wanted you to be aware.
Who did you do this with? Who did this? I'm not mad at you, Aaron. I need to know who did this.
Josiah.
The director?
What is...
Yes. I don't know if there's much SI to direct now, but yes.
Putting it bluntly. But yeah, are you...
No, this is... Operation Black Star. That serum, Aaron, is designed to reverse being a kindred.
Yeah, he said there was, like, his agents, they didn't want negative effects of
No.
Sombra blood.
Its
Oh, yeah.
designated endpoint is to return to human.
And now hunters have that?
Yes.
So this really is X-Men.
You are lucky it only took your oblivion.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I need to check. And he goes and gets a small pen light. And he comes back and he lights it on your arm real quick. And you are seared and burned with UV light. And he takes it off.
Ow.
And he goes, "You're fine. You're fine." He puts it back. He goes, "I had been trying to destroy their research. They weren't supposed to be able to get this far."
And now the people who made that mess have it.
It's not complete. They would have to know how to complete it.
I imagine that they're not really... They seem a little bit more on the religious zealotry than the science.
Completely.
That's still not good.
Great.
I need to talk to Alpha.
Yeah. Yes. Sooner the better.
Stay away from Josiah. And Alejandro disappears into the shadows.
Are you happy?
That I can never go to a Garu rave again? That's fine. I feel different. At least the way it got in never... It felt intrusive. And now that it's gone, it feels as close to normal as I was. I'm sorry that connection is... I hope that there's still some kind of connection that we can have, just not as shadow bonded.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't choose that. I can't begrudge you for getting rid of something you didn't want. But without that, I wouldn't have found my place with you guys, I don't think. I wouldn't have trusted you, or anybody else, for that matter.
You really replaced me right off the bat with another
Hey,
Lasombra.
look, I didn't know at the time. You set yourself up for that. See, I didn't even realize the juju was just off. So, you know, someone had to step in.
It's good to know.
But I mean, we may not be shadow siblings, but we'll run with the same crew.
Okay.
It's good enough for now.
If you ever need me to play games on my phone for you, I can do that now.
I can make you record TikToks.
I can finally get a TikTok.
It's okay. It'll be mine.
Yeah,
anyways.
it'll completely yours.
This could work.
And so, in the car, headed to Olivia's.
I asked Spider what his preference was for music,
Okay.
and had Mark put it on.
And what did you choose for the Spotify station for this ride?
I mean, I'm actually pretty okay with what Mark was absolutely unironically listening to earlier.
Oh yeah, and it's the new Slipknot.
Okay. I'm here for this.
And you all speed off and you go down to Decatur. And the car pulls into a sprawling acreage Italian villa estate that you didn't even know was here. And Mark immediately turns down real quick and goes, I know.
How do you miss this?
It is obscured heavily by forest, so you had to drive probably about a mile through a heavily forested area before you could see it.
City of Trees.
Mm-hmm. It's the city in the forest. And you pull up to the villa, and there is a gentleman standing outside with long hair pulled back in a ponytail, very nice vested suit. And he waves you in. He goes, Hi, my name is Q, like the letter. I am your liaison from here on out.
Pleasure to meet you, Q. This is like some James Bond level shit.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. the Spider.
Is the your first name?
I don't use a name anymore. I just don't.
You like...
Neither do I. Please, follow me. And he brings you in, and you can see a woman kind of down a hallway who looks in the most 1930s Hollywood glamour, big soft waves, a fur shawl, and a long draped silk gown. And she just kind of waves down the hallway, Hello, dear!
Oh, I'm really in hell, aren't I?
And Q goes, Yep. And he goes, Don't worry, she's extremely busy tonight. I'm just taking you to your room.
Great. Sure. Fine. Thanks.
And Q leads you upstairs into your own private bedroom. First one you've had in a while. And he just opens the door and lets you in. And in you find a full-size bed with nice bed linens, a desk, a dresser. And the dresser contains basic clothes. There's room for any of your own stuff if you have some to send in, but there's basic trousers, basic dress shirts, basic t-shirts. You kind of get the idea that a lot of kindred that come here maybe come here with nothing. So you do have your basics. And you notice that there is a iron key on your desk, and looking at the door, it locks from the inside. And Q does gesture to that lock, and he goes, You've got your own privacy. Nobody's coming in here without you wanting them to. Not even me.
Okay.
I'll leave you two, and I'll be knocking on your door tomorrow night around waking time, and we'll get started.
Great.
And Q leaves the two of you.
Well, is there anything else that the shepherds can do to make your stay more comfortable?
I mean, why do you have to be so fucking pleasant about this? Because it's so much easier when people aren't pleasant to me and I can just fire off with any of the responses I would normally give to that.
Listen, you can be as mean and angry at me as you want, and I'm not going to take it personally. But I have found that in our many projects, such as this, the kinder you are and the more grace you give people, the more likely they are to hear you out. Not that I'm giving you that sort of advice, because you don't need it. You've been fine. The fact that you were... I'm still upset the fact that you were detained without, any reason being given to the rest of us, but I understand with your very long rap sheet why that was. But this is not a punishment, while it may seem that way. And Lydia is right. This is... Of the options, this is by far the least dangerous one. We don't want to see harm come to anybody who doesn't deserve it. And whatever you did, Sabat, does not make you unworthy of mercy. At least not in our eyes.
So I guess the whole thing that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around is this expectation that I'm supposed to want to get, become a good little fucking kindred.
No, I don't expect that. I think that they just expect you not to go out of your way to do anything irrationally harmful, but otherwise...
Let's define irrationally harmful.
Murdering kindred or other creatures for sport and not for good reason. I think we can all agree that's...
I mean, everybody I've ever murdered in my life I've had a good reason for.
If
so,
they
okay,
deserved it, then
page.
I'm fine with that. Assaulting...
Failing me is absolutely a good reason, so yeah,
Sure.
They deserved it.
Sure. Assaulting other beings without reason, I mean, we have standards, but to be honest... Being good is so subjective that all we want is for you to be you, whatever that looks like. And as long as you're not hurting anybody else, I don't see why that should be a problem.
Yeah, you really don't want me to do that at all.
Maybe I do. Maybe that's just the energy Atlanta needs.
I don't remember you said that.
I am a Bruja, after all, so I'm not really one for keeping the game face, so to speak, but I have a long history of diplomacy and democracy, however that looks, and this city has given me an opportunity to build something that is bigger than the Camarilla. And I hope that you being here and Lydia being a part of it can mean that it can be even bigger than I had ever thought.
I'm willing to give this a try.
That's all we need.
And so with that, with your first home in what feels like forever, with a questionable new friend and interesting new allies, we are going to take our break. We're going to get some water, stretch our legs, and make a few changes. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us while we got those tech gremlins out. So why don't we meet our new group of vampires?
I'm Zachary Vado, playing Anton Krovopolskov.
Hi, I am Katie Adkins, and I am playing, gosh, do I even remember her full name? Crimson Cynthia Celine Darkness, and she just goes by Sin.
Hi, I'm Ian E. Muller, and I play Jackson.
And I am still your storyteller. So, tonight, you all were a part of the text to get the 2 potential lost childer. The first group has already headed down to the airport. And for you 2, you get additional information for the one that you are going after. It seems there is an influencer who goes by the handle of Crimson Sin. C-Y-N, short for her name, Cynthia. She's got a friend who's been making an unusual amount of Google searches. Like, can you eat only blood? What is the nutritional benefit of drinking blood? Do all vampires have fangs? Can some vampires go out in the day? And how to tell if your friend is a vampire. Even in incognito mode, Kobol's system still pings on certain combinations of search terms.
And if hers do, we can guess who else's does.
Yeah, we should probably get over there quick.
I think so. Prefer to do this than the airport anyway.
Yeah.
I hate the fucking airport.
And after combing through the digital footprint of their famous friend, you can suss out generally, as Kobol has, that it is probably Sin herself.
This will be interesting.
This is already better than me thinking we're going to have to wipe somebody's brain and then figure out this person. So, one step down.
Poor Kate Olos dose. Let's not rule anything out yet.
It was fair.
Sorry, my brain was taking bets on how likely we are to end up on camera tonight. So,
If it's... Probably likely.
yeah.
Probably likely.
Cool.
Wear your best tattered jacket.
No, I was more like...
Do you want to change faces?
We'll see if it's necessary.
All right. And so as you guys head out, we are going to cut over to Sin. What are you doing tonight?
Well, I was envisioning that after a really long night of filming just like a fun vlog, YouTube video with some of my friends, we decided to go to Waffle House, just sort of like chill out and eat and relax after recording.
Okay.
Do they help me all night?
Absolutely. And so as you guys are sitting at Waffle House, the 2 of you do get the notice and a ping with a pin in it of the Waffle House where this potential lost childer is.
At least it's a little bit more tame than free roaming.
It's a convenient location.
At least.
Okay. And are we already in my car at this point?
Yes.
Cool. I just have you punch in directions on your phone, and I kick around and head there.
Okay. And Sin, do you regularly go to Waffle House?
Yeah, it's a pretty convenient place to go in the middle of the night, and people love eating there. Like, it's where everyone goes at 3 a.m. anyway, so.
And so, you have developed a rapport with the Waffle House waitress. She always seems to give you a coffee that tastes faintly of blood and does seem to satisfy the hunger in you. And she's made sure to keep this a bit of a secret from your friends at the table. But when you come in, she does give you a nod and get you your usual cup of coffee.
Okay, cool.
And so, as you guys make your way,
On that note, considering that we're finding an influencer, how much can I viably Instagram, Google, TikTok, Twitter, etc., to just learn who exactly this is that we're meeting up with, even if it's just the front-facing view of it.
Oh, you can definitely find her easily.
Okay.
What does your online presence look like?
Okay, so she's a vlogger.
Okay.
And her online persona is that she's a vampire. And she does like makeup tutorials and like fun things to do at night around the city, just silly, visit with her friends. A lot of TikToks, just like various trends, and like TikTok dances, and answers a lot of questions. Is just very like open and not like secretive at all, but it's really clear to her followers that like being a vampire is like a persona, but like it's like walking that weird fine line of like, is she being serious? Like, is this serious or not? And she's definitely doing it all for like clout, like for sure. She always has like really well done, like over the top makeup. She's very clearly always follows a bunch of like makeup tutorials, stuff like that. So
it's more of like it's a personal and like location.
There's a lot
vlog,
of fashion stuff too.
but it's all themed around the concept that you are a vampire doing all this.
That's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. I'm like playing some of the videos as we drive over. Let's go.
I reach over and turn down. Also Slipknot, because why not?
Yeah.
The theme for the evening.
Kindred spirits. Well, on one hand, this is a masquerade breach out the ass. On the other hand,
It's a well-covered one.
I mean, hiding in plain sight has certainly served many well. So this could go a variety of ways. At least we don't have to pretend to know what she's doing and what she's talking about. We already know about being vampires.
There. How I'm gonna ask this question. How large of a following does she have?
It's not as large as she would like. I would say about 30,000 followers, like on average. There's more followers in general on TikTok, but it's easier to reach more people on TikTok than it is. Instagram, it's around 30K. On YouTube, it's getting close to about 50K.
To which Anton says, it's actually a pretty big following, like 50,000 people, I think.
Reasonable. Okay. Just to clarify, is she, because you're paying more attention to that than I am.
Hopefully you're driving.
Whip around 3 cars and back into the lane I was in. What, does she actually know what she's talking about?
Oh, sorry, are you asking me?
Well, technically, yes.
Yeah, technically,
By
yes.
proxy.
So the videos you find, a lot of them are kind of, it's like half and half. It's pretty clear that she like really figured this stuff out herself, but she also wants to appear like as cool as possible and as mysterious as possible. So it's like half like you can tell she's like figured out some things, and then half like stuff from movies and whatever and that kind of thing. You can tell she probably hasn't had many actual like relationships with other vampires. She seems to surround herself with humans.
The things that she's right about, she is dead on about, but it seems like this is mostly persona.
Interesting. Does she say how old she is? And do we think that's accurate?
She doesn't say how old she is.
Okay.
One of those kindred that says they're timeless.
I mean, I could tell you how old she is, but you're not going to find it online.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's hard to tell. Though if she's Googling things like, can vampires walk out in the sun, and
You get notice that was her friend
her
that
friend.
was Googling it.
Didn't you say that we were able to discern that like she was her friend?
No, that the friend he was Googling about her.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Then in which case, if this friend is Googling these sorts of questions, one might assume that friend has seen her do this, or perhaps he's just curious.
That would track.
Right.
Well, we'll find out.
One way or another, I suppose. Yeah. Good.
It's gonna be weird.
We should at least address this because apparently now hunters are back in the city.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not completely torn up at the facility being cleared out, but the methodology upsets me a little.
It's the enemy of my enemy is my enemy. Apparently, in this case.
I think hunters are a bit more of the enemy. They are the wild card in the situation. You don't really know what to expect with them.
I don't want to be friends with
DSI.
I was gonna say something meaner, but it's fine. I'll keep that to myself.
It is about this time that you guys pull up.
Yeah, and if you are paying attention, you would see a black 90s, like 95, 96 Nissan 240SX whip into the Waffle House parking lot.
I would not notice.
If you can see anything through the fog windows.
I do not notice.
All right, so you guys walk in, and she is pretty easy to spot.
I am actually going
Oh.
to use Blush of Life before we walk in.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say.
I'm good.
And I do not get hungrier.
Okay.
Put a little blush on.
I'm good for the
Yeah.
night, too.
All right, so you both activate Blush of Life, and your cold, dead skin rushes with warmth, and gets a little pinked.
You know, I have to teach the others how to do that.
Really?
They don't really do it that much.
Yeah, that's fair. Mel and Thomasine are old.
They lean into the look.
Yeah. Oh, also, and I will activate Feral Whispers.
Okay.
And I do get hungry as shit. And I tell Robin that I will bring him a treat because
Okay.
he loves Waffle House.
And the tiny baby possum comes out from under your seat and goes,
I want a chocolate chip waffle.
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
You don't want to bring him in?
No.
Did you say the possum?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Let's take a turn. Are you sure I heard that right?
yes,
Yep.
is familiar as a very small baby possum.
He could sway the vote.
I scoop him up and I drop him into the pocket of my jacket.
Use every tool at your disposal for these sorts of things.
That's... Anyway.
Look, maybe they're an animal fan and they're more likely to listen to you while they're petting a possum.
That's fair.
Okay.
And I open the door for Anton and let him go first.
Okay, so walking in, you do see a group of friends sitting at one of the back booths, and the person that you saw on Instagram is sitting there.
Awesome. I immediately just walk and sit at the counter,
Okay.
so I don't just look like I was looking for this person if they're around, if they got a whole bunch of friends around.
Yep.
Okay.
Same.
All right. And so what are you two doing?
I'm-
Sitting at this counter. The waitress does come up and she notices you both. She's like, ugh, and she gets you your usual.
You said the possum did or did not come in with you?
Did.
Did? Okay. So, Sin notices. And she starts talking to her friends, and she's just like, and I don't know, you could probably
Yeah.
hear her.
Yeah, you see a baby possum kind of peeking
Yeah,
out from his
absolutely.
jacket.
Yeah,
She-
just like the pocket right
Yeah,
here.
she
just-
talks to her friends about how they need to get a TikTok video, or actually a video, so you can post it on all platforms. And of like the possum, with the possum. So if you can hear really well, you can tell
We
that
can.
she's talking about like how she's gonna ask one of her friends to come over there with her to film her like with this possum.
And on hearing that, I kind of do this, and I'm actually going to roll vicissitude and change my face.
Yep. I'm looking at him as he does this, and I go, "See, now she comes over to us instead."
Yep, that's valid.
All right, make me your vicissitude
Yeah.
roll.
And I will order a red tea so that I can reduce my hunger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do not get hungrier. And what does that result in? Yeah.
That's money.
Well, that's a messy crit.
Okay.
But it's also way more successes than I need just to change my face.
Okay. So you do successfully change your face.
Yeah, and when Jackson looks up, he looks somewhat like himself, but slightly older and more like someone who works outside,
Okay.
like weather beaten.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, well, she doesn't notice a difference, so she mostly just was paying attention to the cute, adorable baby possum.
That's what we're planning on.
And so your friend does follow you over, and
So
he's
she-
already got his phone ready.
Right, and so she just goes, "Hi, I am so sorry to bother you guys, but I noticed that you have a baby possum. Do you mind if I get like a little
Oh.
quick video with him or
And you-
her?"
And you see Robin, he's like,
I mean,
I'm gonna be famous.
yeah, I guess, yeah, that's fine. Come here. And he crawls up into my hand, and I hold him up.
Okay, she makes sure that her friend has everything framed
please.
properly, and she's like, okay, all right. And so she just sort of like does a little like, oh my god, so we came into the Waffle House in the middle of the night tonight, and there's this baby possum here, and she like carefully like picks him up, and is like, isn't it so cute? And like gets a close up, does it the whole shebang.
yeah, and Robin's definitely like, you kind of know that he's posing. Like he's aware. Like when you're holding him up close, he's like,
oh
And
my
I'm
god, what a ham!
I'm quietly talking to Robin, and just like, yep.
You know it's a real legit Waffle House when there's a possum there.
and Robin's like,
And then she like, she's like, did you get that?
yeah, I got it all.
Okay. Here, take that back. Oh my god. and starts wiping her hands off on her clothes.
And Robin crawls up onto my
And she's
shoulder.
just
at that
like,
point.
all right, I need to go wash my hands. And she like just walks away to the bathroom to wash her hands.
And he's already like, do you guys have Instagrams? Do I need to tag you in anything? Does the possum have an Instagram?
No.
Okay.
I'm not important in the video. It's fine.
Okay.
Is that's she's a YouTuber, isn't she?
Yes.
Crimson Sin?
Yes.
I thought I recognized her.
Yeah, we don't do autographs, not at events, though.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's fine.
And he goes, okay, so if I don't need anything from you guys, I'm gonna go.
Well, I
What?
just so I don't bother her, figured I'd ask you the dumb questions instead. And I'm turning on Scry the Soul because I want to see if it's this friend or somebody else. I'm
Okay.
gonna lean in and just go. The vampire thing's just a bit, right? It's not like does she really believe it, or is it just like a persona?
And make me your scry roll.
Yep. I get hungrier.
Okay.
Make my all the dice roll. Critical.
Okay. And remind me what you get from scry.
I'm reading emotional state.
Okay.
Predominantly because it's a human. If this person does happen to be supernatural of some kind or have something like a blood bond or whatnot on them, I can pick that up too. But the predominant thing is I'm trying to gauge emotional state based off of what I'm saying. Like, am I triggering any thoughts?
Okay. And Sin, have you ghouled your friend? Have you made him into a ghoul, had him drink from you? Or is
Had
it
him
just-
drink from me? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
And so he definitely has a little bit of a nervousness to him. He goes, it's just an act. It's everybody asks all the time. She's really convincing at it though. Like I really think American Horror Story is going to be calling.
But I'm getting a nervous sense. Like,
you're getting that this is a very practiced response for him, but he does feel uncomfortable when it's asked.
okay.
So wait, is it like one of those people where it's a lifestyle, or is it entirely an online persona?
That's kind of like the magic though, isn't it?
No.
That like you don't know.
No, then
No, not really.
no. Actually, that does make sense.
Okay, so instead of washing her hands, and she comes back
Yeah.
out, and she's just like, okay, thanks, and then like tries
Yeah.
to like gather her friend, and, like walk back to their table.
Yeah. And he like goes with her to the table.
Yeah, she's just completely like not as engaged with you guys at all. It almost seems like there was like a little switch flipped the moment she didn't need anything from you guys.
Let's go. Oh shit.
No, I expected that kind of. Not gonna lie.
No, I was hoping I could change his brain before she came back.
Oh. I mean,
It just means now I have to be a bit more involved in this whole process. Okay, well, I'm always steering this ship. How do you want to approach this, Jackson?
no.
No, come on. Come on. Let's change things up for a minute.
Robin just in your ear.
I think she's pretty.
No, thank you.
Helpful.
And I order a chocolate chip waffle for him before anything else happens, just to make sure I don't forget it. I usually don't. When I'm looking for kindred, like, it's usually Sabat, and it's usually to kill them. So I don't have good tactics for this.
It'd be worth learning.
Yep.
So we can call this some field experience.
There we go. That'll work. Don't know how I got roped into this still. Oh, Alpha. That's how.
If we want, I could potentially see if I can get the friends to, and it's like kind of like doing like the wavy fingers in my head, get most of the friends to go somewhere else so we can actually have a conversation and not around a whole bunch of people. Beyond that, this is I will say this is also a first. Usually when we meet a kindred and they're surrounded by people, they usually did not come with them.
True. Why don't we do this? Let's see if we can get them separated, and if that doesn't work easily, I have an idea. Because they haven't seen him do tricks yet.
No, they haven't. They really haven't. Storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other friends at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna look over at them, like, kind of like look at their eyes. I know they're not looking at me, and I want to think as if it's their own thought. And I'll have to make a roll for that. That I want to make them think that they really do need to pick up, like, I'm gonna make up groceries for tomorrow. I'm gonna see how much I can make them think that it's their idea.
Okay. Make me that roll.
Okay. I think I have to rouse, but since it's a human resisting the coming in,
there's
won't be
no
a thing.
resistance.
So, but what should I roll to make them think it's their idea?
To make them think it's their idea, let's do manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay, I will rouse blood on that.
Okay.
And now I'm at hunger 3, but I'll order food. It's fine. Burn a willpower and great. 4 successes.
Okay. So they do that and they like look back down at their phone and they're like, oh fuck, it is getting late. I forgot to pick up food. Look, I'll pay the tab, but I'm gonna go. Okay?
Oh, okay.
That's fine. We have so many cool ideas that we've got coming up, so I just want to make sure that I've got stuff ready for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's fine.
Okay. And they get up and they go and they pay the bill for everybody and head out. Just bye.
Bye.
So for note, A, how many friends are at the table, and B, I was aiming for not the friend that had the nervous reaction.
It wasn't the friend that had the nervous reaction that
Okay.
saw you. There are now 2 friends remaining.
Okay, so nervous.
And their backs are to you.
All right, so nervous friend, other friend, and Sin.
Yes.
Let's go. That's 1. And I sort of wave over for a red tea of my own.
Well, unless we want to... This is going to sound wrong. Pick them off one by one. I can distract the friends for at least a little bit.
You certainly can. I can maybe at least start the conversation with her until they all come back. How would you like to go about that?
I will turn to Robin and just say, do you want to entertain some people for a minute?
Yeah.
All right. And I'll stand up and start walking towards their table.
Okay.
Okay, and so the guy with the possum is now approaching your table.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Sorry, I came in here to get something to drink and get him some food, and now that he has gotten food, it would be rude of me to not mention he does tricks. Would you like to see them?
Oh my gosh, yes! And she like waves at her friends to like get their phone out to record the possum doing tricks.
Sure,
Sorry.
and then I'll move away from their table a little bit to an empty one, and Robin will climb down my arm.
Yeah, you pick up real quick. She films everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I will, just talking to Robin, run him through like a series of basic like puppy tricks, but then also have him like dance and actually do it because he is a Gould possum. He has much more dexterity and intelligence than most animals.
He does his own little possum version of the cha-cha slide.
Yep.
Oh, slide to the left. Slide to the right. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he does. He is actually very well trained. That's something I do.
You train wild animals, like small animals?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So do you have like a channel or anything like that? Like, does the possum have like an Instagram?
No, I don't really do that stuff. Although I suppose, that is like what the trend of the future.
This would make a killing on TikTok. You really should get on that, honestly. Especially if you train other animals, it could really help expand your business and your brand.
Do you mind if I like pick? And I gesture towards the friend who was nervous earlier. Do you mind if I pick his brain a little bit about setting that up? I don't want to distract you with it. You seem busy.
I mean, I guess if you want.
He's like, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, sure. Y'all can go talk, I guess, about expanding your brand and all your little animals. Can't wait to hear about it later.
Fantastic. Thanks for the idea.
And he walks off with you.
And then you hear her say to her friend, "Oh my god, do you think he does bunnies?"
So now there's just Sin and one other person at the table. Cool. So
one friend remaining.
I dropped down hunger from the tea, so I'm gonna roll Scry the Soul just to get a sense of like who all is what in this room. This is a blanket thing.
Okay.
Mainly also figuring out if this friend is mortal or not, but it wouldn't hurt to know.
Essentially get a blanket of who everyone is in this Waffle House.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to know who else we're dealing with. Five successes.
Okay. In this Waffle House, you have your typical servers that are, one of them is a ghoul, other two are human.
Mm-hmm.
Sin is definitely kindred.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a bit of an odd reading from her.
Okay.
Her friend is definitely human.
Okay.
Other friends are definitely human. There is a pair of werewolves at a corner booth where one of them is very much asleep and the other one is like just nursing a cup of coffee. They very much seem like they just came out of the club.
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna walk over to Sin and Friend's booth. I'm just gonna step up. I'm gonna go, hi. I'm gonna look to the friend and very quickly with mesmerized go, could you excuse me for just a moment?
And as a human caught unawares, he just goes, yeah, sure, I guess. And he gets up and walks off.
So, wait, where are you going?
I just got something to do real quick.
Okay, hurry back.
Okay.
I'll just sit and go,
Can I help you?
I was actually wondering if I could help you.
No, I'm fine, thank you. I've already been served my food, so.
I really like your persona, the whole vampire thing.
Thank you.
It's very well informed. What do you learn all of this?
I'm sorry?
I mean, you're not just pulling things out of thin air, right? You study books, movies.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people online who say they're vampires. I'm not like the first person to do that.
You're also not the first person to.
To what?
I just look around to just notice like the friends are awake. Well, not the first person to also be one.
Oh my gosh, are you part of that like little group in Atlanta that's like they like meet up and they're like vampires and like LARP and stuff?
I will just straight smile at her with like the fanned Tremere fangs. Go, not exactly.
She like doesn't quite pick up at first. Also, do I have any sort of like I know she has like heightened senses and stuff, but is there any indication that would like immediately like set off some sort of sense that like I sense that he is a real vampire?
Make me wits and awareness, so you will add the dots that you have in wits and the dots that you have in awareness in black dice, and then you will replace one black dice with one red die to represent your hunger level.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Wits awareness.
Take
And
out
then
one black.
Take one out and replace it with one of the red ones.
Okay.
And then count how many onks you have.
4, 5 onks. One is a crit.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got Blush of Life, but I'm not really hiding anything.
Yeah, so the fangs are natural.
Okay, and I can tell that.
Yeah, and you can tell that though he's got Blush of Life up, as this is something you're familiar with, you do not need the Blush of Life as a thin blood, but from your sire and being familiar with how he got around, you can tell indeed that he is kindred. All the little small telltale signs here and there.
Okay.
And storyteller.
Yes.
After I pull the friend away, the nervous friend away, I would like to just convince him to leave.
Okay. That's pretty easy to do.
Okay.
With all of them are unaware humans with low intelligence.
Yeah.
So.
But nicely, I'm not going to intimidate. I'm
Yeah.
just going to make I don't have any dominate, so.
Wits and persuasion.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. He does head out. He thinks that you guys have made a wonderful business contact now.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go home and prepare you a proposal.
Perfect. Great. Thank you. And I give him a throwaway proton mail email address to send it to.
Okay.
Okay.
And so you are now alone in this Waffle House with two guys that you don't know. One of them clearly kindred. One of them has a possum.
And shortly after that, so probably around this point in the conversation, I'm going to walk over and sit at the bar next to their table, just with my back to the bar, facing them.
Okay, so it's at this point she just goes, "What do you guys want? I don't ever bother you guys. Why you guys need to come bother me?"
We actually make a business of helping others in the city, believe it or not.
Okay, well, I don't really need any help. I'm doing just fine, so...
Actually, your friend raised a lot of red flags and a bunch of computer systems that could make you a massive target, so you might.
He's very curious about drinking blood and all of the eccentricities that come with our kind.
And
Yeah, it's stuff I do in my content.
What
It
was
makes
the
sense.
friend's name?
Darius.
Curious.
Yeah, Darius is currently on a not very fun watch list, which means you are potentially as well now.
Not
Okay.
ours.
Do I know who is, like, watching that they're referring to? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so who exactly is watching us?
Out of curiosity, how long have you been like this?
Why does that matter?
It informs me how much I need to tell you versus how much you may already know. So I'm not just talking down to you.
Okay, well, I was turned in 2004.
Okay, so you may have actually missed a bit of this part. About 4 years after that, multiple intelligence and military organizations banded together because they found out about a lot of us, and they decimated the population. Now they continue to look for us.
I think I remember reading something about that on, like, forum, but I thought it was, like, fan fiction or something.
You'd be surprised how many, well, maybe you wouldn't be, how many fictional things have a basis in reality.
There's a lot of fake things that are absolutely the most fake.
Do you remember that terrorist attack in Prague? Like, I don't know, how long ago was that?
That was about 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have heard about it through the news as a terrorist attack.
I mean, yeah, but there was a lot of terrorist attack in the 2000s.
All around the same time, too, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're telling me that this was the government hunting vampires?
Coordinated
Not
strike.
all of them, but quite a few of them.
Okay, so you're telling me right now that me and Darius are on the government watch list?
Mostly him, but by proxy you.
That's ridiculous.
And he,
Hold on a minute. And I'm going to text Cobble
Okay.
and just ask for scary proof.
Okay. Kobol says, "Give me a minute."
Okay, sorry, carry on. I'm just...
I wish it were as ridiculous as it sounds, but we have to take precautions nowadays. And
Okay.
hence why folks like myself and Jackson here help other kindred in the city. We are liaisons.
Oh, speaking of, and I'm going to vicissitude my face back to normal.
So just visibly shifts.
Jesus.
Yep.
Okay. Well, so what exactly do you guys plan on doing to help me? Because sure as hell it's not going to be taking down my social media accounts.
Actually, no, that would be a very bad idea for you to suddenly
Yeah.
go dark. So please, by all means, continue. But we would like to maybe help you adjust things so you don't have like friends Googling things that might lead back
Yeah.
to you. Plant a bit more doubts, and if you would like, maybe connect you with people to actually help you learn more.
Yeah, there's a lot of tips and tricks for keeping this hidden from your friends. I spent a lot of time at the punk and metal scene and didn't clue anyone off. But the more important thing would be introducing you to the people who would get very angry if a lot of those secrets became public.
Who are also the ones that conscript
help you.
us to help others. It's, you may have read about the secret societies and whatnot, and that bit is true.
Unfortunately.
And so it's about this time that you get a response from Kobold. And it is a duplicated file of the entire dossier of Sin, including your real name, your parents, your home address, your parents' home address, where you went to school, just the entire full from birth to now dossier.
And I just set
Including
the phone down on the Waffle House table in front of you.
Including, as you look, photos of you at Warp Tour with your sire.
Great. Okay, fine. I mean, I believe you about all of the government terrorist attack stuff, but, like, what does that have to do with now? Are you saying that they're still hunting us down even after all this time?
They are, in fact,
Unfortunately.
still hunting us. Oh, yeah, I was at that.
But why
one.
would they care about me?
Yeah, me too.
They care about all of us. As far as they are concerned, every one of us is a threat to the existence of them, of humans.
Okay,
Which isn't.
so
necessarily
again,
wrong.
what is your plan to help me? I mean, you said that you would help me, I guess, learn cool tricks and stuff, but besides that, how's that going to keep me off of a government watch list? Especially if I'm already on one. But you also told me to not, like, get rid of my socials, so, like, what exactly do you expect me to do here?
Do you remember the whole secret society thing that I just mentioned about 2
Okay,
minutes
so
ago?
you want me to go grab, like, a cloak and join your secret society?
Oh, no, you can actually stay dressed the way you want to, but we have
Okay.
fingers
Obviously.
into the government, into infrastructure, into various systems and industries.
For starters, maintaining your online presence actually helps create a cover. We can help go in, delete all of this. I know people who can completely zero out your actual government ID, so you don't exist anymore in any databases.
If we have people that can go in and just take that, they can obviously do a bit more.
And teach you how to better keep it a secret.
Not to mention, again, learning the ins and outs of said secret society, of who you are, what you do, what you can do. I am a teacher at such a school. And we can give you
Did you say a school?
a school.
Like a boarding school?
Do you know the X-Men?
If you call me Cyclops again, I'm going to kick
You
you.
are vampires
It's literally your contact
and
name in my
nerds?
phone.
You bastard.
It's kind of, but that's the best analogy I can think of. It's literally like that, teaching you how to. For some of the people that we talk to, they don't even know how to control what they can do. They don't know how to keep their hunger in check, things like that.
You
They
are
help with that.
You are different. You have abilities that others do not have. You have cravings that others do not have.
How long do I have to stay there?
As long as you want, technically.
We have a general time frame of teaching, but it is
Yeah.
ultimately voluntary.
Yeah, I bounced out pretty quick, but that's also because I was lying about why I was there.
That's true.
Okay, so you guys want me to sign up for vampire school? That's what's happening?
Effectively. That and
So
also
lame, but like,
that way.
okay, I guess.
Yeah, it
And
really
the
is
waitress
super
walks up
lame.
at this point, almost like about to burst with laughter. And she just puts her hand on the table and she looks at you. She goes, "If it'll tell you anything, dear, this Waffle House, any Waffle House,
Yeah.
I don't just know what you need. All Waffle Houses are a safe haven for ones like you. The group they're talking about set it all up. They pay my paycheck real well."
didn't want to dump everything on you
Can
all
I
at once.
smell the werewolves in the corner?
Yes, you can.
I mean, to be fair, Tweedledum and Tweedledee over there are also, well, not us, but something similar.
Like I said, I didn't want to dump everything on you all at
I thought
once.
they just didn't shower.
They might not, but that's not why.
Don't say that too loud. They can actually kill all of us.
So yes, as lame as it does sound, it's vampire school, but it's vampire school to teach you how to live in vampire society, meet vampire friends, and influence vampire people.
Vampires are so stuffy and boring, dude.
You'd be surprised. I
They're
know quite a
always
few
so
that are like you.
stuck in like 100 years ago, and like.
I mean, I'm not even 100 years old, but
Whatever.
let me put it this way. Let me
Fine.
dial back the
40 years ago,
the
whatever.
academic rhetoric. Bear
I was
with me.
like, we were both at the same warped tour that you were.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't mean. Okay, so here's what I've typically noticed about people.
Sure.
Have you ever noticed how most people, they'll get a haircut at like 23 and then never change it for the rest of their lives?
I have.
Unfortunately, stuck in that boat, but well.
Well, we have people that are.
Okay, fair. I'm not.
I have
stuck
I
in
have friends
boat,
that help
but-
me with this.
I work very hard to not be that way and stay current and be different.
Good. One of my very closest friends is the very same as you,
I just,
and she
from
is
what
also
I've
a
gathered
vampire.
from other vampires, that hasn't super been the case. Carrying on a conversation has always just been like obnoxious, and apparently you guys like things like X-Men, which here's the thing, like, I don't care what the media says. Superheroes did not become mainstream. They just became family friendly. It's different. Okay, it's just a little more marketable for people.
You have opinions on
What?
superheroes.
Yeah, it's still nerdy. I don't care what people say.
That's fair. That's super valid.
We just embraced it at this point.
Yeah. The storyteller.
Yes.
The information we got about Sin did not include a clan, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, this is just the government file on her.
However, if you would like to check your phone since you were showing off that file,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I still have my phone out.
you have a message from Elijah that says,
The fuck.
"Be nice."
Did I have the same message or is it just Jackson?
Oh.
Yes, just Jackson.
Okay. Yes?
Sin.
Yeah?
Is it okay if I call you that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know about, like, were you taught about this hierarchy, the structure, like, there's different types of us?
Not really. I mean, so the guy who like turned me totally like left me high and dry. I was supposed to meet him the next day and he just like never showed and like totally ghosted me, so I just sort of
Yeah, that
figured it out
happens.
on my
Figures.
That happened to me too. Well, mine was very violent, but that happened to me too.
own. I mean, mine made sense. It's something that happens all the time at shows, so
Mine's nice.
No. Okay. That
you meet people and
Still-
you never see them again.
creepy and predatory, but
I was 22.
That doesn't make it better.
no, really doesn't. Do you know what kind you are?
Pretty.
I was getting that vibe, but
You have one of your friend's searches perked my interest, as well as what bit I could glean about you. He was curious if vampires can walk out in the sun.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Fascinating.
I just got a text from Elijah.
That tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's vampire lore that exists where you can go out in the sun. I mean, have you ever heard of Twilight? Of course you've heard of Twilight, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. You might be stuck in like 98 or something. I can't tell based
I
off
also
the
do
clothes.
try to keep contemporary as best as I can.
We are both different kinds. You are. Oh, how do I word this without being
Oh,
rude?
I do remember him saying something about like a tortoise.
Toreador?
Pretty tortoise, yes.
Yeah.
So-
Nope. Yeah.
That may have been what he was.
There's also a kind called Duskborn, which
Well, that sounds
is
really cool, so I'll take it.
You're in luck.
I used the right word because the other word isn't as cool and it's rude.
What's the other word?
Thin blood.
That
Jinx,
just sounds
you owe me
like
a
I
Coke.
have anemia.
Yeah.
I'll wave over for a Coke.
It means that the person who turned you was too weak to do the job right. I don't know a better way to phrase that.
What it means is it's things change over generations genetically, and the same thing happens with vampires. As much as the older, stuffier ones would not like to admit it, after a while, vampire make vampire, down the line.
It's
The thickness of the blood, the potency of the power, begins to blend back into humanity,
Okay.
and we get folks like you who can walk the line between both worlds.
yeah. Neither of us can walk in this. Well, actually,
None of us should.
I
walk
really
in the
shouldn't
sun.
test that theory. Never mind. Yeah, neither of us can walk in the sun.
We gave this up many, many years ago, but you are one of the rare few that can.
Well, that's nice, I guess.
It comes with
Very
benefits. It
nice.
comes with drawbacks.
What are the drawbacks of being able to be in the sun?
Well, for one, you're very lucky that you're in Atlanta, because many of these stuffy vampires of many other cities and states and countries view your kinds as harbingers of the apocalypse.
Yeah, and they hunt you down and kill you.
Wait, okay, you guys can't go in the sun and you live in the south? Why don't you just go somewhere where it's cloudy all the time? That's
turned.
what the Cullens do in Twilight.
I was turned here, and I happen to very much like Atlanta.
How long have you been here?
I started going to college in 1942 here.
1942?
No, wait, sorry. That's my own lore getting mixed up. I was born in 1942. I started going here in 1961.
Okay.
He is old.
I am
Yeah,
old.
you are old. Okay, well,
I lived
this
through.
was nice, I guess.
There are other Duskborn in the city who can be particularly helpful to you.
Okay, well, maybe they will be better conversationalists.
They probably will be.
He's very nice.
Yeah.
There's only one?
No, the one that you'll be speaking to first.
Oh, okay.
There's more.
Desmore?
There is more.
There is more.
I'm Russian, sorry.
I thought you were saying his name. I'm sorry, it's totally
No,
fine.
his name is Elijah.
Okay.
I guess the point here. I'm
Are you here to whisk me off to school? Like, is that what's happening? Is there a bus that picks me up? Like, do
No,
I
it's
have to get there myself?
No, I can drive you there, yeah. But
Well, you could
again,
follow.
one, it's your choice. Two,
I don't have a car.
smart choice in this traffic.
Same.
It's your choice. And the point is, you have been noticed by us, which means you've been noticed by other people, obviously. Our goal is to keep the city safe for everyone.
Poor conversationalists as we are trying to help.
But, like, the school I'm going to, I'm not going to become, like, a vampire cop like you guys, right?
God, fuck. We
Not-
are.
I know. Not if you don't want to. You have your ability to
Are
keep
there,
it.
like, vampire jobs besides working at a Waffle House?
Oh, I am a teacher at the school, so yes.
Okay, like, anything cooler.
There is a court system in place.
I'm just curious. I'm not actually really looking to apply.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
No,
You may
there
actually
are
have a very
no
hard
cool
time.
jobs, but you can keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, good.
There are some cool jobs, but they're difficult to get. You can keep doing what you're doing, though. You can continue to live your life, and we want to help you continue to live your life. Just not with folks like them trying to hunt you, and not with folks like your friend drawing eyes to you.
Yep.
I was hoping to help resolve that before he left, but
Oh, I got his address.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to visit your friend at his house.
Are you going to kill him? Are you? Oh my
No,
god.
no. Much in the same way that your other friend decided they had something better to do, I can be very influential.
Okay, good, because he has, like, a lot of my, like, equipment and footage and stuff like that, and he's, like, my main editor, so I really can't lose him right now.
In this regards, I will leave this choice to you. Would you like for me to change his view on how all of this is, or do you want to handle this on your own?
I mean, if you want to handle it, go for it. I don't care.
Very well.
As long as he, remembers he's working for me.
He's going to very, very much believe that this is 100% a persona.
Okay. I guess I won't drink from him anymore then.
You can, and the school will help you learn how to do that safely without people realizing that you are drinking from them.
Yeah.
What?
Ways of keeping ourselves off of the radar.
How do you drink blood from somebody and have them not know about it?
Sometimes they forget about it, such as what I just said. Sometimes they are asleep. Sometimes...
Yeah, but then they have, puncture wounds.
We're actually very good at that. And I will actually bite straight into my arm and then lick it closed. You can do that, too.
As you've been talking to her, you see that she is not capable of that, as she does not have fangs.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe not.
Oh, right. So, she has... She's like, right, sorry. Okay, no, that makes sense. So what I do is, and she pulls out, little... They're fake teeth that were clearly made by some, dentist she paid a lot of money for, but the vampire sharp teeth are, red bejeweled. And there's, razor blades on the back of them.
Impressive.
So I have to be really careful so I don't cut my mouth.
Notable. Have you ever tried what I just did, the licking the wound closed when done?
That does work for you.
No, I haven't tried it, but then I'll try it and it works. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's neat. I didn't know I could do that.
Free
I
lesson.
never thought to close the wound.
This is why we approach other vampires in the city to help them learn.
Okay, alright, I get it. So, is there anything else you needed to tell me?
I watched
I'll have to, sorry.
I watched so many videos on the way over here. It's actually, you learned quite a bit.
Thank you. So I guess before I go to vampire school, I still need to go home to grab, a lot of my stuff.
You don't have
So-
to. You don't have to stay there. You will be given a room as an option, but you don't have to stay there.
Okay. But I don't have a car. So that's why I'm like, is there
This is fair.
You would know they have a car
Yeah,
service.
this is fair. We do have car services, but it depends on if you want stuffy vampires giving you ride places, or stuffy vampire adjacent giving you ride places.
I don't mind having a chauffeur. Okay, is it paid for? Do I have to pay,
Yeah,
for
same.
this service?
Covered.
There is no tuition.
Okay, cool. Alright, then I'm in.
As I said, it is a service that we offer.
All right, and
She puts her
so
little vampire teeth back in her little case.
Well then, Stan, if you'll come with us.
okay, and so you guys head out to Decatur,
I ride in the back. give her the comfortable seat.
and so
I get the rest of the chocolate chip waffle because Robin cannot eat an entire Waffle House waffle.
No, he cannot.
And
He is
I
too small.
Put it in the back seat, and he crawls underneath my seat when we get in the car.
Okay.
Actually, as we get back, I go. Out of curiosity, can you eat?
Yeah?
Another fascinating bit.
You can't eat food?
No.
Some of us
Some
can.
of us can.
But only temporarily.
So far, I've only heard drawbacks from you guys.
Well, you don't have to.
I mean, besides the fact that you have teeth. But, I mean, besides that. And honestly, I could get, fake ones done.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I don't know. I like my little red bejeweled ones.
We can do interesting things such as this. And in the back, I'm actually going to I'm going to do shadow cast, and the entire back seat is just going to go dark, just black shadow.
And you can't see through it.
Cool, you can make a smoke bomb.
And then I just I very slowly draw it back in so you can see the shadow come back in.
I'm not going to show any of my neat tricks while I'm driving because they involve me not being capable of driving anymore. And
She already saw you change your face.
I mean, yeah, but there's cooler stuff than that.
Yes. And from what I understand, though I haven't learned it, you have the potential to learn some very fascinating things that only your clan can learn.
And so in discussing this on the way, you...
Before I pull
Yes.
out of the parking lot, I do text Elijah and just say, heading to your
Okay.
mom's.
Yes.
And so you guys drive out to Decatur, and Sin, you pull up through about a mile worth of forest, and then it opens up to a sprawling Italian villa with large gardens, a big house in the middle, horses walking about, a few other kindred milling about, doing stuff, tending to gardens, whatever. And there's a gentleman standing on the front porch, waving to you all as you come in. He has tousled blonde hair and blue eyes, and he's just wearing like kind of a loose white dress shirt with blue slacks. And you guys get out of the car. You make your way up. He waves. He goes, "Hey, Sin, I'm Elijah."
Hi. Nice to meet you. They told me about you.
Yeah, I'm like you. I'm sorry these two were the ones that picked you up. Would you like to come with me?
Rude as hell.
There's worse options.
Love you, Jackson.
Uh-huh.
There's many worse options, Sheriff.
Sure, why not? And she follows you.
And as he's leading you into the house, it opens up to this huge foyer, very historical Italian villa, but recently built.
Okay.
So kind of reproduction, but bit for bit. And he leads you to a side drawing room. But as he's walking, you see this woman in 1930s glamour walking towards you. He just goes, nope, this one's mine. This one's mine.
Oh, but I love her look so much.
Don't worry, you'll get your fill of her. That's my mother. She's like your sire.
Wait, like mom, or like...
She's my biological mother.
Oh my god, you guys have like a little vampire family?
Yes.
So cute.
And I'm a Duskborn like you.
Because, wait, can vampires have kids?
No. And he brings you into the situation. He goes, long story short, my mother was turned. She did not want to abandon me. She waited until I was of age and ghouled me so that I could continue to live my life as I saw fit. And then unfortunately she pissed off the wrong man. And he made sure that I was turned thin blood as a punishment to her.
Storyteller, are we in the room with you with the two?
You guys could have
Okay.
followed.
Okay,
Yeah.
just
I
checking
don't
before I say
understand
it.
why that's a punishment.
Because for the time in which I was turned back in the 60s.
Okay, and in the 60s, like, people were just, like, prejudiced against thin bloods or something?
Yes.
Okay, so
And
what's that mean for you?
I would have been killed on the spot if anyone had seen me.
And new.
And he wanted her to suffer having to live in fear that I would be caught and killed any moment.
Wow. Okay.
We have different politics nowadays. In this city, at least.
Clearly, I'm still here, and you are too, so.
Yeah, so what we got here, essentially we have a lot of resources for you. We'll scrub your data presence of any identifying information, make sure that you'll be having a meeting with the Nosferatu since you have a heavy online presence. They handle a lot of technology. They'll be making sure that all your stuff is very encrypted so that you can't be found.
The Nosferatus?
Yeah, they...
Like the movie Nosferatu, like the little, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not far off, honestly.
Some of
They're
them.
tech nerds?
Some of them look
Are
much
all of them
cooler.
tech nerds?
Yes.
Most of them.
Most.
Yeah, vast majority.
That's such... that I just wouldn't have called that, you know?
And
We like to break stereotypes.
a few of them will likely join your employment. You won't have to pay them, but they'll join your employment to make sure all your stuff stays covered.
Elijah, I'm going to meet up with her current friend to help adjust his view on the matters.
Good.
He'll stay employed to you, or your friend. I'm not sure exactly what the dynamic is there.
My what?
Employed to you or your friend. I don't know if he's doing this for free.
I assume he's an employee.
I mean, does a lot of the work I do pay him, so.
But my mother runs the school. She's a Toreador, so she'll cover some of the more Toreador side of things for you. We generally don't know where we came from, but it does seem that for ones like us, we carry a little bit of the traits of where we originated. So I'm sure you have some Toreador specialties that we'll be able to bring out for you.
What are the Toreador specialties?
There are certain powers and abilities that are unique to each kind. We have some that are Like Jackson, more gifted to talking to animals and turning into them.
Wait, do you actually train like other animals, or is it just the possum?
I mean, I can. I don't.
Okay.
That was a lie.
All right, cool. I was just.
But he can
But I
talk
can.
to them.
Okay, well that's cool. You can talk to them. I didn't know that. That
This
makes sense
one
why they do
here
tricks now.
can. He's a wizard.
Effectively.
You're a wizard. You're a vampire wizard cop. That's the worst kind.
Right.
And myself, and more people like us, we tend to, I'll say, favor sciences and alchemy because we have the unique ability that where most clans, we call them clans, the different kinds, most clans have powers that are special to just them. We can use science and alchemy and we can copy what anybody else can do. So we have no limits to our abilities as long as we study.
You can do a bit more than that from what I've seen.
Let's not get to that just yet.
Well, that all sounds very cool. Is this like the official orientation or something?
We'll have an official orientation later. Will you be staying here or will you be using the car service?
I think right now I'll use the car service. I haven't really seen what the rooms are like here, so...
I can show you one, but I imagine from the surveillance that we captured, it's not going to be quite as nice as you wish, and we don't exactly have a streaming studio here.
I mean, I would bring it with me.
There's not that much room in there, but I can show you around.
Okay.
And he does lead you out of the drawing room, up the stairs, into a room that does have a little placard on it that just says Sin. And you see a symbol beside your name that is a circle with a line through it. One side's colored in, one side's not. And he leads you into the room, and there is a full-size bed with very nice satin linens. There's a nice Victorian wooden mahogany desk, a dresser with some base clothing in it, plenty of room for your own things, but pajamas, pants, tank tops, starter stuff. The window overlooks a gorgeous English garden with a hedge maze,
Okay.
and you have a lock on the door that locks from the inside.
She picks up some of the clothes from the drawer and goes, "You guys, this isn't like a uniform or anything, is it?"
No, as you meet others, you'll find that a lot of people come here with nothing but the shirt on their back.
Oh.
More
So,
service.
all of the rooms aren't specifically prepared for individual people. We just put your name on the door, but we try to keep all rooms stocked with some starter equipment for those that come here with a little less.
Got it. Okay. Well, I will be using your car service if you don't mind.
Yes, of course.
Consider this a fallback should you ever need or want it. It's available to you.
If things get any hairy at your house, we can bring you over here.
Okay.
And
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. That was weird.
and he gives you a bit of a tour, just a small tour where the kitchen is, where the bathrooms are.
You guys have a kitchen, even though apparently everyone else doesn't eat food.
Some of us can eat.
Not to mention the humans that work here.
Yes, and he gestures. You see a group of individuals going around that have, well, right now, as we are approaching late summer, early fall, they have a soft peach satin blouse and black slacks.
Humans work here?
These are all of our staff.
Humans to agree.
Some of them will be your drivers, some of them will be...
Are they like familiars or something?
You could call it like that.
So they like hope to be a vampire one day kind of thing?
Not all
They-
of them.
Some of them do, and
just-
some of them are rewarded. Speaking of which, Q, come here. And a gentleman walks up with long hair pulled back in a ponytail, dress shirt, slacks, and he goes, "Hello, my name is Q. I am the head of the staff here. I heard Elijah talking. Yes, I worked for Olivia for a very long time. We recently went through some extreme hardships, and given that I am the head of the staff, I was turned as a gratitude as well as a way to protect the staff here better.
Hey, Q.
Yeah?
Is anyone here by any chance named Guillermo? Any of the staff?
No.
Okay, good. Cool. Sorry, no, it's something she said. Just, got earworm. It's fine.
Okay. And Elijah goes, alright, so we can pretty much provide you with anything that you need. The classes you'll be taking pretty much are going to cover the best ways to live around here, what kind of people you have at your disposal. You're going to love this part. There is a court here. Think like Renaissance, not like cop. The city is run by someone called a prince.
Oh, you're gonna,
There's a prince of Atlanta.
Oh, it gets
you're-
better. His
you're
name
gonna-
is Alpha.
you're gonna love him.
Alpha?
Yeah.
Alpha?
I actually just straight up pull up a picture of him to show her.
And you do see an extremely attractive man, one of the most attractive men you've ever seen, with short brown hair, very square jaw, and a nose ring.
Yeah, that usually stops the confusion.
Alright, Alpha, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
And I just put the phone away.
That's stunning, Merritt.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, yep, well, we elected him, but prince is a old term. There are different kinds of... The easy way. There are different political parties.
So you elected the Prince of Atlanta. His name is Alpha.
His chosen name.
You'll find a lot of people got very weird names around here, and it usually is because I understand they filled you in on the government issue that we have. When a lot of us got exposed through the government network, a lot went into hiding. Think of it like a witness protection program. Some people just chose easy to remember nicknames when they had to give up their real name.
Is there like a beta and an omega? And
Probably.
like a...
I certainly hope
I
not.
absolutely am going to make that joke at him.
Please do. All in that order.
Absolutely.
I would be surprised if Hex hasn't already.
Do people call him beta to make fun of him?
Not to his face.
I do. I am what you would call a sheriff.
The actual cop.
Wait, but you're not a cop? You said
No.
that you protect the city.
We're
They're-
volunteers.
They're like your volunteer firefighters.
Oh my god.
I would
okay.
much rather be a firefighter than a cop.
We're
Thank
much
you.
closer to that, though you start fires half the time.
My
But you're a
job
wizard.
my job is essentially when things go wrong, I fix it. My job was finding you once your friends' search terms pinged all over our Nosferatu's networks. So, but it's also things like if one kindred kills another kindred, I lead the hunt to find him.
It's illegal to kill other vampires if you're
Yes.
a vampire.
We got a whole list of laws. They're actually not that hard to follow. It's like the commandments. It's just fucking common sense, honestly. But
Is killing humans illegal?
Yep.
yes, much like it is in the real world.
Accidents can be understood, but
We can fix accidents.
yes.
Okay.
We're a lot more rational than one might lead you to believe.
But I am also what's called a primogen.
Why is it legal to kill humans?
It's not legal.
It's not legal. It's illegal.
I'm sorry. I meant to say illegal.
Oh, yes, it is illegal.
Because it's morally wrong.
There's a moral element to it, and there's also the notion of if you keep killing humans, then you run out of people to feed on, and then you die.
It also draws
But they
attention.
procreate so much. Oh, okay. But anyways, you feed off humans, but you just go out of your way to not kill them.
Yes.
Yes.
Some of us.
And we cover how to make sure to do that.
Some of us don't feed on humans.
That too.
Some people feed on animals. Some people drink from bags of blood. We have a line with the hospitals.
Some people drink from other means. Other vampires.
Oh, I didn't even consider that, I guess.
From what I understand, it may have an interesting effect with you too.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share, vampire power through, drinking vampire blood?
You can.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
It is.
And our side has a unique warning. Because there is one crime that will get you killed immediately, and I don't want to have to do it, so I'll warn it up front. Drinking from another vampire, you gotta be careful. Because if you drink too much to where you kill them, you run the risk of also consuming their soul. And that is illegal. But for ones like us, once we consume the soul, we become the clan that they were.
But like full blown, or like
Yes.
so you won't be able to go outside and eat food.
Correct.
Correct.
I see. Okay. So what happens if like a normal vampire absorbs a soul? Or they're just like define soul. Is it like two consciousness in one body? Is it like being
Can be.
possessed?
Sometimes it can be. You
Yeah.
So I've
fight.
heard.
You fight against the soul that you just consumed to maintain control over yourself. You lose that fight, they control you now.
But in the
Okay, well, that
process,
just
you get
sounds like-
stronger.
I'm gonna say that just sounds really inconvenient.
You gain a lot of strength from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a seductive option,
addictive.
especially for people who come from cities that'll kill them for being thin blood.
Well, I tend to just not kill people just because I don't like cleaning up messes.
It's a good plan.
It's a very good plan. You're starting off from a good point.
I just don't like cleaning.
You're in the right place then.
Well, you'll love the housekeeping staff here.
Great.
But a lot of the classes are going to cover basics to help you know kind of the rules and also know your resources and give you whatever you need to get by. Ways to help you stay hidden online while also maybe having a little bit better community as kindred, because especially as you get older, you're decent age, but you're not that old, but as you get older you'll find the need for community sometimes is the difference in your sanity.
It's good to have friends that can understand what you're going through.
Your human friends are fine, but first time you have an accident and hurt someone you didn't mean to hurt, you're going to want people with you that know what that's like.
Okay.
People like you will teach you. People like myself will teach you. I'm a vampire wizard cop teacher, of all things.
Uh-huh.
Cyclops.
He just keeps adding the titles.
And your job sounds like it's the worst.
I
But-
take a certain pride in it.
But I think you're going to do fine. But we have a big party coming up at in a couple months, so
Yeah.
you'll get to meet a whole bunch of people like you.
What kind of party?
Well, as I said, there are different political affiliations. For our affiliation in this city, it is the 10th anniversary.
Is it themed?
Yes, actually.
What's the theme?
The theme is the botanical gardens, so it's blossoming beginnings. My mother chose it. It's a Toreador thing.
Blossoming beginnings. So like flowers.
Yes, lots of flowers.
Okay. She just starts thinking.
Yeah. It's going to be very garden party themed, and you'll be able to be among a ballroom of nothing but vampires.
Fun.
Some of whom will want to kill you.
But they won't be
But
allowed
won't
to.
be allowed to.
Great. Love it.
Also,
Yeah, they're fun. It's
It also lets you meet
a whole
new
thing.
friends and make new contacts.
Also, should you ever find yourself in trouble, I know you have an affinity for Waffle House. It is also what is considered neutral ground. Absolutely nobody can hurt you as long as you're in a Waffle House.
We mostly go there just because it's convenient and open. So
Yes, but if anything goes wrong, get yourself 2-1.
Okay.
All right, this has
good.
been a wonderful overload on this poor girl.
Yes, it has.
Let's save my mother for tomorrow. All right.
Probably for the best.
I'll get the car service to take you back home. Unless you
great.
want to hang around.
No, I think I'll go. Thank you though.
And
And she like turns like she knows where she's going to leave, and she like doesn't know where she's going to leave.
Oh yeah, he lets you do it for a while.
And she's just like, and then she starts walking in one direction, like, very confidently, and then, like, gets the doorway and stops, and it's just like, was this the way? And then, like, turns on to see if you guys are watching her.
Yep.
we are.
Yeah.
Which way is it?
At least you know what?
Down.
Confidence is key here.
Hallway, left, door.
Okay. And she leaves.
And one of the glad hands is outside. You do see when you go out to the left-hand side, there is a row of black cars, varying make and models. And there's a staff member standing outside. He goes, home, ma'am?
Yes. Do you need my address?
Yeah, just give it to me in the car.
Sounds good.
And he opens the door for you.
She gets in the car.
And he closes it, gets your address, and drives off to take you home.
Excellent.
And so for the two of you,
I like that one.
she's gonna be a pistol, which I'm glad for.
We need more people who think all this is bullshit, so.
I'm inclined to agree, actually.
Yeah, well, enjoy those invitations when they come in the mail.
Oh, I cannot wait. In the meantime, I believe I have a human friend that I need to visit and
Yeah.
adjust perspectives on.
All right.
Would you mind giving me a ride there, Jackson?
I suppose.
Okay. And so you ride over to the guy's house, and Sin, you arrive back home. You are dropped off, and he drives away. You're free to go in your house. What do you want to do with all this information that you've been overloaded with?
Take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
And get online.
Okay.
You know, check and any new comments or anything like that.
Great new comments. Your friends have already moderated out the bad ones for you, so your YouTube has that, like, the comments awaiting approval section with a few that they were, like, kind of unsure about that you can go through and manually approve.
Okay. I do that, and I just sort of, I don't do anything particularly special. Honestly. So, yeah, that's kind of, she's just on her phone. She messages Darius about getting the video of possum stuff.
And he does deliver you that video, and I did forget to mention the driver gave you a business card that contains the number for the car company.
Okay. I set that on my, like, bedside table.
Okay. And so with a ton of new information and a new second home, I think that's a good spot for us to leave our story for this evening. Thank you all so much for joining us, and welcome to our new cast members, Johnathan and Katie. We are very much looking forward to you seeing what they have in store. So take care of yourselves and each other. We love you very much. Good night.